Hope you enjoyed this week on Rewind. I know I have. Those cheeses are so good. Can we have another day of just eating those cheeses and drinking wine? You know what? I'm going to do that tomorrow. That's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. That's my weekend, wine and cheese. Welcome back to Rewind with bschwitty, because you probably think this song is about you, don't you? Today, we're going to be doing another book review. I don't think I've done one since I reviewed Windows on the World by Kevin Zraley. So, since Wednesday was National Wine and Cheese Day, we talked about pairing wines and cheeses, and we actually did a pairing that didn't suck and didn't make me either die of heat, want to vomit, or just wonder who in the hell thought we should put these two, wine and substance, together. So, on that note, we're going to be talking about Perfect Pairings. This is a book by Master Sommelier Evan Goldstein. This is actually, after Windows on the World, one of my favorite books to use, just because it's a great book. So, a little bit about Evan. He's a 4 times James Beard Award nominee for Outstanding Wine and Spirits Professional of the Year. He's been in the industry for over 20 years. He's a master somm, and his wife is a chef and owner of an acclaimed restaurant in San Francisco. So, together they have a book about wine that also has recipes by his wife, which I think is really cool. Now, the way this book is set up, part 1 is talking about sparkling wines, part 2 is talking about white wines, part 3 is talking about red wines, and part 4 touches on dessert wines. There's also an index, a little bit about varietals and producers for the regions that they're in, and it's a great resource. But on top of that, it's a great pairing resource. So each section, part 2 and part 3, the white wine and the red wine. The white wine varietals covered in this book are Chardonnay, Sauvignon Blanc, Riesling, Pinot Gris, Gewürztraminer, and Viognier. And the red varietals covered are Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, Pinot Noir, Sangiovese, Syrah, and Zinfandel. So, and then there's some beautiful photography in the middle of the book for the pairings that they suggest. Now, let's take a look at the Riesling. So each section, each varietal that's covered, it'll talk about the grape, it'll talk about the region that it's grown in, followed by choices in winemaking, or as they call it, vintner's choices. It'll talk about main styles and characteristics of the wine. Then it'll talk about common flavors found from fruit, floral, earth, wood, and other characteristics. Finally, it'll talk about wine and food pairings across both, and it'll talk about wine and food pairings, and if it's talking about multiple styles, it'll concentrate on each style given. And finally, pairing pointers, what it goes well with, what it doesn't go well with. And once you're done with all that, they include a recipe to pair with it. So for each of the styles, there is a recipe. For example, this is for earthy, minerally dry Rieslings, the old world style. So this would be what you would find in Germany. They suggest a roast pork loin with creamy onion sauce and sautéed apples. Ingredients, instructions, and then on the next page, recommended producers. They'll have they'll have 3 choices: everyday, premium, and splurge. And in those choices, there's 3 separate producers for each category. And I may have misspoke a second ago. Old World Style is more Alsatian from France. This one here for apple and apricot flavored dry or slightly off dry Rieslings would be the German style. And they recommend pairing it with Chinese chicken salad. As you may know, for the Old World Style under the premium, right in the middle there is Claiborne and Churchill for the Riesling. That's what I had on Wednesday. If you remember all the way back to that, that's the 2 whites were from Claiborne and Churchill. It's really cool because they are in Edna Valley, which is where I live in California. So they're just a hop, skip, and a jump away, and I can grab a premium Riesling or Gewurz that is recommended. Out of 9 different Rieslings, one of them is right in my backyard, and I think that is super cool. And makes me super lazy and not want to try anything else from this Alsatian list. So, there's Evan on the back. It's pretty cool. I really like this book. I highly recommend it if you have any inkling that you would like to learn more about pairing wine and food, and you don't want to just listen to me or watch me do stupid, crazy pairings like s'mores. More traditional stuff in here. It's really easily planned out. It's easy and accessible to just pick up and go if you want suggestions for proper wines indicative of the varietal and style. Just suggestions and what to pair with it. This is the book for you. It's pairings for beginners or moderates. This is recommended reading for the level 2 sommelier exam, which, well, I read, and obviously I do really like the book. So let me know if you've tried reading Perfect Pairings before. I actually own 2 copies, and one's on loan to one of my friends right now. So let me know in the comments below. Do you have any pairing books that you like? Any books that come with recipes? Are cookbooks and textbooks so out of style now that because you could just look it up on the internet? Let me know. Thank you very much for joining us. If you want to check out the book, it's called Perfect Pairings by Evan Goldstein. I will put that information in the description below. And yeah, I hope you have a great weekend. My name is bschwitty. This has been Rewind, and I will catch you next time.